Good evening. Welcome to Fill Up Friday Live. As you come in, please say hello and let us know where you are listening from. We're going to get started in just a little bit, so please stay on. Tonight we have a powerful conversation. We have so much to talk about, so we're just going to give people time to come in. So please be sure that you stay. I promise you that you do not want to miss this conversation. Also, if you are new to watching us or you just found us, drop it in the comments and let us know that you're new. We would love to welcome you and give you a shout out. Also, begin to put in what you filled up on this week. Again, if you're new, Jspirations Live, Fill Up Friday Live is a time where we come together to replenish. We come together to talk about maybe some things we went through during the week, and then we talk about what we filled up on to be successful and to make it to the end of the week. We have powerful conversations. And as you start to join us each Friday, you will become one of our Filled Up Friday faithfuls. And we'll be so glad to have you. Also, if you are catching the replay, thank you so much for going back and watching this. Again, we hope that you are blessed, that you are motivated, and that you are filled up by the time you finish listening to our content tonight. Gonna give our Fill Up Friday faithful some time to come in. Please give us some hearts, give us some likes, and make sure that you are sharing to let people know that we are on and that we are encouraging and we are motivating. Again, if you're new, please drop it in the comments. We would love to say hello and to say welcome to you guys tonight. So I wanted to start off just by talking about some things that we talked about yesterday. I did a live yesterday in the middle of the day. You guys give me 1 second. I didn't know I wasn't plugged in. And the last thing I want to do is lose battery while we're talking. But some things that we talked about yesterday, we're going to follow up on it today. We know that it's a new year and that people are making New Year resolutions, but we want to talk about how we are not going to make resolutions this year, but we're going to talk about how we are writing visions and how we are doing what God has called us to do. So we want to make sure that we talk about that tonight, and we want to definitely plant seeds of encouragement because there is so much for us to do. Good evening, Lucy. Thanks for joining us tonight. So, something that I've had to tell myself over and over again, I make sure that I get it in my spirit and I make sure that I speak it over my life daily. And so I actually posted it this week. So, what I want you guys to put in the comments tonight is I believe everything that God says about me. So, begin to drop that in the comments. I believe everything that God says about me. That is going to be the foundation for our conversation tonight. And I come on and I try to motivate you guys, and I hope that I am. But there's a couple people that I follow as well that really motivate and encourage me. And so we all need that encouragement and we all need that motivation. But begin to drop in. I believe everything that God said about me. I believe everything that God says about me because He's always saying good things about us. Everything that we can do, everything that we are, everything that we're capable of before we were even formed in our mother's womb, right? So I believe everything that God said about me. I believe everything that God says about me. So yesterday when we came on, we started to think about or talk about the New Year's resolutions that we make. And week before last, and this is the first Fill Up Friday of the year, so I'm so excited. But last week we talked about resolutions versus vision. And I told you guys that it's very important to not make a resolution because resolutions can be, and most of the time they are temporary, right? Um, Actually, after the first day or so, sometimes we don't even know really what the resolution was that we made, or we've already done something outside of what we wanted to do. And so it's temporary. Like, we're always saying, I'm gonna go on a diet, I'm gonna lose weight, so I'm not gonna eat cookies, or I'm not gonna eat bread, I'm not gonna drink sodas. And those things happen, it for a few days, and then we start to drink a soda or eat a cookie. And so in talking about that, what I want to tell you guys, that even if you did say you were not going to eat a cookie or drink a soda, and you had a cookie, right? Don't give up and don't go backwards. Don't feel like you have failed, because guess what? Maybe you did eat one cookie, but maybe you used to eat five, or maybe you used to eat the entire pack. So just because something happens, it doesn't mean that you can't keep going. And most of the time, that is what we do. When something happens outside of what we want to happen, or what we think is supposed to happen, or we feel like we failed, then we just stop. 2023 is not about stopping. We are not going to be stagnant, right? In 2023, we have to keep going. We have to keep moving. And the way that we do that is by believing everything that God says about us. We know that we are conquerors, right? We know that we are the head and we're not the tail. The Bible says that we are probably going to paraphrase it, but we're not the borrower, we're the lender, right? And so we have to believe everything that he says about us. And yes, Lucy, we have to go forth. Just because we feel like we made a mistake, or we feel like we made a bad choice, we can't beat ourselves down. We can't go backwards, and we cannot stop. We have to go forward. This year, my theme for this year is that I am walking in expectation, and that I am walking in preparation. I'm also walking in vision, and I'm walking in wisdom. And where does that wisdom come? Where does it come from? It comes from the Father. And so when we have vision and not just resolution, we talked last week about the difference in those definitions and what those things mean. And so just to kind of go back a little bit, we said that a resolution is a firm decision to do or not to do something, right? And when we have that resolution, it's a decision that we make. And sometimes we're not sure about our decisions, and we go back and forth. When I was talking to my niece today and I was telling her something I wanted to do, she was like, "Are you sure?" And one thing I said was, "You know what? I'm not sure if I'm sure, right?" But then I had to go back and I had to think about, what is my vision for this event? What is my vision? Where do I see myself, in 3 years, in 2 weeks, in 5 years? Where do I see myself? Where do I want to go? And so the definition of vision is the ability to think about or plan the future with imagination or wisdom, or the faculty or state of being able to see. Right. And so people will say, well, we can't really make plans because, our plans, they don't last. But that's why that word wisdom is also connected to that, right? Because we have to move based on the wisdom of God, on hearing from him and listening to him, and moving the way that he wants us to move. Right. And so that is the way that things are going to last. That is the way that we are going to have a legacy, right? Not just around money or finances. Yes, those things are good, but we want to have a legacy. And in legacy, that means we have planted seeds that will continue even when we are no longer here, right? Because a vision is long term, right? And so we're moving in legacy this year. We're moving in preparation this year. We're moving in wisdom, and we're moving in expectation. So again, just start to think about, and if you haven't dropped it in the comments, that I believe everything that God says about me. And in that, yesterday, when I was on Facebook, I'm always on here posting and just watching, I came across something that Jonathan Nelson posted on his page. And what he posted was, God will affirm those who have felt rejected in previous seasons. A new introduction is coming for you. This is especially for those who are old in the earth. You will be new to the world. And that spoke to me so powerfully. And it's because sometimes, because I'm a little older, I start to think about, I wonder if this can still happen, right? Or some of you, maybe you've been in a job for a really long time, or you've been in a situation for a really long time, and you don't think that there's a way out, or you don't think that you can do anything different because you've been there a long time. But he said that God will affirm those who have felt rejected in previous seasons. A new introduction is coming for you. It is not too late for you. When you have a vision and you walk into what God has called you to do, it's never too late for you, right? It's never too late. And it says that you will be new to the world, right? If you believe everything that God says about you, then you know what you are capable of. So the things that you're doing, yeah, it's owed to you, but God is going to be opening up doors and putting you in situations and putting you in places where you are new to the world. It said that there is a new introduction. A new introduction is coming for you. And when I saw that, I just started to say, Lord, I just thank you, because now, He's giving me this vision and I'm walking it out. And sometimes I have no idea where I'm going or what's going to be next. But guess what? I trust Him. I trust Him. And the footprints, when it says, I saw one set of footprints, and it's because He's carrying us, right? When we're listening to Him and we're being obedient and we're walking in that wisdom, He is carrying us. Life is a journey, but it's so much easier when you allow God to carry you. And so I really just want to impart that into you this year. I want to impart into you that this year is the year of expectation. It is the year of preparation. It is the year of vision, and it is the year of wisdom. There is so much work for us to do, right? And I am no longer going to think small. I'm going to think big. Why? Because my God is big, and I believe everything that He says about me. And so I want you all to believe everything that God says about you. God opened a door for me this week that honestly I had been thinking about it, but it had just kind of gone out of my mind. And I really hadn't thought about it. And then I got an email, and there it was. And to some people it was something small, but to me it was something big, because it allowed me to know that God keeps His promises, and He has not forgotten about me, right? He has not forsaken me, and He's not a man that He should lie. Man will lie, woman will lie, people will lie. People will try to figure out, are you qualified? Are you able to do this? But I don't have to prove that I'm qualified to Him. He's going to give me the desires of my heart. And on Monday, actually it was on Tuesday. On Tuesday, man, it was a new introduction for me, right? That people, because I believe what He says about me, people are going to believe what He says about me because of the way that I walk and because of the way that I move in Him. There are people who will say, how are you so confident? How are you able to get on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram? And how are you able to talk to people? And, who told you that you could facilitate classes? Who told you that you could be a facilitator? God, right? He put that vision in my heart and in my mind, and I'm going to walk with it. Right. And now I've been doing it for so many years, not just here on Facebook, but in the community. Why? Because God says it, and that settles it. That's it. And even when people tell us no, they think that they're doing something against us, or they're telling us no. But they're telling us they think that they're doing it, but it's just God telling us no, that's not for you. And your yes is going to be better. Your yes is going to be bigger. So that is what I'm speaking into your life tonight. Just be patient and wait on the Lord. I promise you that He keeps His promises. Walk in wisdom, walk in expectation, walk in preparation, be ready, right? I always say, A dream without a dream without works is just sleep, right? So we are woke, we are awake, we are not sleeping. We are this year. I'm just telling you, just walk in expectation. I even started purchasing clothes this year for what's coming next, right? When I bought something, I said, where am I going to wear this to? When people call me and they want me to come out and do something for them, I'm going to be prepared. I'm not going to be looking for what I'm going to wear, wondering where I'm going to find it. It's going to be here. I'm walking in preparation, right? And I'm encouraging you to walk in preparation as well. So I love you guys so much. I see Miss Donna is on here. Hey, Miss Donna. I love you. Miss Donna's birthday was yesterday, so we want to say happy birthday to you. Miss Donna has been such a support of Jayspirations Live, and we are so proud. And we are so proud of what she's doing. Her and Mr. Jimmy. So you guys, if you are not following Maddie J on Facebook or Donna and Jimmy on Facebook, please be sure to do that. I'm telling you, laughter is good for the soul. And when you follow them, you are going to laugh. I love you too. And my mom is on here. Hey, mommy. Not sure who else is watching, but listen, we're doing some things this year and I'm excited about it. If you are in the Hampton Roads area, please check out our events page. We are having an event on Saturday, January the 28th from 6 to 8 p.m. It is entitled Poetry and Pastries. So poetry and pastries, we're going to have some motivational poetry. We're going to have some sweet treats. We're going to have some inspiration, some Jayspiration, and we are going to fellowship and have a really good time. Tickets are $20, and if you are interested, you can cash app $ Jayspirations Live to reserve your ticket. Seats are limited. And I'm telling you, you do not want to miss this first Jayspirations Live event of the year. Yeah, I have all types of themes because my other theme this year is God is up to something in 2023. And guess what, you guys? I'm here for it. So I love you. Please continue to support Jayspirations Live. Please continue to practice self-care. Please continue to motivate, encourage, and sow seeds into other people's lives. There is so much going on out here in the world. People are walking out of their doors with masks on, right? Not those physical masks that we've been having to wear because of COVID, but those masks making it seem like they're so happy and things are going so well, but people are hurting. People are struggling and stressing and going through so much. So if you see someone without a smile, make sure you give them one of theirs. One of yours. Don't just walk by them, speak to them. Let them know that you care because you don't know what people are going through. So I love you again. Remember to practice some self-care this weekend. Join us again right here next Friday at 8 o'clock p.m. for Philip Friday Live. I love you guys. And as always, be Jayspired.